Humble beginnings. My story, my testimony.
Our wonderful viewer, thank you. Welcome again. Thank you. After that short break, we are back. Before we went for break, we were having a heated, enjoyable debate here about slaughtering. I don't know how many of you have the courage to slaughter. And I know I'll give you a testimony. Mr. Levi.
Yes.
When you told me you can slaughter a big bull, I feel like it's saying that far from you. I remember once my uncle was used to slaughter, and he used to slaughter and take to the butchery when I was young, about maybe 7 or 8 years. And I remember once when we were trying to slaughter, we were staying with my grandfather. And then they dropped the big bull and they tied with the rope. They were to slaughter in the morning. And you know, in the villages where the slaughterhouse are not near. So you have to slaughter in the home, the compound. Then put meat, subdivide it in the sacks and take it to the butchery. And I remember this time when they dropped a big bull. And when they were cutting off the neck, you know, this thing is energetic.
Yeah.
It stretches feet and cut off the rope. And it was, the neck was half cut. So it was producing noise from here. I tell you, it became violent. It began to run all over the garden. Everybody was now on his feet. It was roaring, it was threatening to finish anybody. And I got so much scared. Remembering how that animal had turned to be so violent. So when you tell me again I can go back, I'll stay very far.
It is a scary one. Now imagine that the grandpa was slaughtering one. We were slaughtering hundreds of them. But now, before you come to cut the neck, there is a gadget was used.
Okay.
First of all, to make it unconscious.
Oh.
And if it is not that gadget, maybe there is the heating. We were using some kind of tumors to hit on the head before we cut the neck. Because if you cut it direct to the neck, now the behaviors you saw that bull was behaving, now that was very tough. And imagine maybe they are slaughtered about 100 and they are just cut like that. Even many people are injured there.
Yeah.
Yeah, even in the slaughterhouse itself. When they are cut, because maybe when it come unconscious and then it was cut, it tried to come up.
Yeah.
And because there are many, so they cause a lot of confusion and fear there. Yeah.
Sometimes they can come back to life.
Yes.
From the unconsciousness before they
are cut. Yeah. And they cause a lot of damage. Yeah. So it is not that it is a job.
I remember that experience. I would like to test it again. That I tell you that beasts can really turn to be violent, and especially when it gets loose to hold it again, it has sense death. It is very dangerous.
Yes.
And I remember in those villages, they don't have that thing to make it unconscious. Yeah, so I thank God. Now, given an opportunity, would you go back to the slaughter?
Bishop, what I would say, the reason which make me to left there, it is the voice I had.
Okay.
Especially now the job which I was doing now to slaughter my own cows. Now that slaughtering is the different with that of cutting, because now I was buying my cows, I give now to the slaughtermen. Now they do the job and then I go to sell the meat. So which I was now employing others was different without that which was of the killing the cows and making them to be now the meat to go to the butcheries. But if I can be given another opportunity, it was a nice job, especially to sell the meat. But for that one to kill, now I can't
now you
go
don't
back.
feel having the gut.
Yeah.
Maybe that will leave to one of our friend called Paul here.
Paul will work for. Yeah.
We have the gut to do it. For us pastors, we feel now the guts have died.
Yeah.
Because for me, I try to slaughter even a chicken, I feel like I'm having mercy on it. So I will stay away also. Yeah, so then now when the call came, you ran into the ministry.
Yes. Yeah, it was 1996 where I had the call. Before there, because I was born in I was born again in 1993.
Okay.
And in my third month, God enabled me to be evangelist. I started evangelizing, and people were get born again. Many things were happening. So I began in that area of evangelism, and I was more encouraged to see how people are get born again, to see how people are healed. So for those about almost 12 years, I had the courage, because it was about 4 years after my born again, I heard a voice which was telling me one day I will become a pastor. But if I was asked, I could not agree. But that voice repeated itself 3 times. Now, in 1996, it repeated itself the third time, and it was very clear. So, after now that which caused me now to leave my job, and now I started the ministry. I started the ministry in the area called Mutoine. It is an area called Mwetindia. There is an area where the center of Mutoine, there behind we started there.
Hey, thank you so much. Now, apart from the ministry, or along the ministry, what challenges have you faced? Especially challenges of life, and also challenges of the ministry.
I will begin to say the challenges I have met, especially the time I left the job and then started the ministry. There was a lot of challenges, especially in my family, because my wife before that, he never lacked anything. My family never lacked anything. But now when I started the ministry, things changed, because I didn't have financial support. Now it was very hard. But I thank God even because of my wife, because he bear with me a lot. And he was very kind and very supportive to me. Yeah.
Okay.
For about 5 years, she went a very hard time. Financially, that is a time where I have experienced financial challenge in a very hard way. Some other challenges which I can mention here, others are physical, are health-wise.
Otherwise.
Yeah, and there is a very tough one which I experienced in 2013. It began in 2012, and it started just something very small, because I had a tumor, which I didn't know I have it. The one who realized it is a pharmacy. When I went there to buy some machine to cut the beers. Now when I was asking him for that some chemical, when I lifted up my hand, he saw that tumor which I didn't realize. And he asked me, "Do you want the medication of that tumor?" I asked him, "What tumor?" He ran away and he brought me a mirror, and he showed me that tumor. I was very surprised, because in my life I didn't ever knew about it. But after that, he added the words, which caused me to be more down, because he said, "Are you feeling pain?" He asked me. I tell him no. Now he said to me, "If you're not feeling pain, I will advise you to go and look medication, because cancers are coming in that way." Now I went to the pharmacy without any problem, but I came out a sick person.
Yeah. Yeah, you came, yeah, frightened.
Yeah. And I agree what the Bible said that faith comes by hearing. So if you hear a bad thing, it can cause you a lot of trouble.
That's true.
So after then, I start to pursue that what was that tumor. And I go for the scan, I go for all the scanning. And they find, yes, there is a tumor. But now to test, to prove what type of a tumor, I went about 3 testing. And all of them, they show that I had a thyroid cancer.
Okay.
So after that, when they did me that operation, they asked me to then to wait after they give me the report, the confirmation. After a period of 6 months, I went back because they said now because it is a cancer, they want to do now overall. They want to remove now all thyroid. All thyroid. But I thank God because when I went to because they called me back then to go to the operation. When I went back, I went there on Monday. Then on Tuesday, I was taken to the theater. But when I was in a waiting room, because in theater there is the waiting room where you wait, so that you may taken in to the machines.
Yeah.
One doctor came and asked me. They were calling me a singer pastor. And he asked me, is anywhere you sign? Now he came with the file. I tell him yes. And I saw him where I signed. He asked me, did the doctor who make you to sign inform you the consequences which will follow after this operation? I asked him what? He told me after this operation, beside cancer, because you are removing thyroid, you will be using medication lifetime because those thyroids, they are thyroids which release some hormones in the body and you cannot live without. So you'll be using dawa all the time. And something else he told me, because it is a cancer and they are going to now to get deep on it, they will affect the voice cord where the voice comes from. So he told me it is in a high percentage that I may lose my voice. It was very tough then. Now I felt when I was there, I think, can I run? But I heard a voice telling me, you have come so far, you are not supposed to run. I remember the prayer that was you prayed for me. And I said when I was there, God, let your will be done. I prayed a very simple prayer but very powerful one. Let your will be done. And after that, they took me to the machine, they fixed me everything. And then after that, when they were on the operation, when they were starting the operation, one doctor told me, can you sing a song? They knew me, they knew that I am an artist, a gospel artist. So they asked me to sing one of the songs. But I didn't even sing my song. I sang Chakutumaini Sina. But when I was somewhere middle, because they were already injected me, then nikapotelea huko. And because I went there in the first time, it was very funny because in theater you see that you have just taken 2 minutes, but maybe you have taken even 8 hours. Then when I was coming out, I heard a voice which was calling me. And it was calling me Mwaura. That voice was saying, we have not operated you. Your God have changed everything.
Hallelujah.
It was very powerful, Bishop. I thought it is my mind. But I came to realize when I was coming from that, it was like a hole I was drawn. Now when I was coming out, I came to realize it was not my mind. It was a doctor who was communicating with me, telling me that they have not operated me because my God have changed everything. And for sure, when I touch myself, I find that they have not operated me. It was very amazing to see in such a level that already they have even injected me and they have not operated me. I wanted to know what that God have changed.
Wow.
So I asked the doctor, after now I come to my senses, because that injection took a lot of time for you to come back to your normal mind. And I told him what happened. He tell me when they are going through file, they find something which was not clear. So they said before they do operation, they return that fresh which they took away from me, they take it back to the laboratory to check it again. In my heart, I realized that God have saved me.
That's true. That's true.
And after a month, because they told me to come back, and before I get there, Bishop, I remember something that was very amazing. When I was returned back to the ward, there was there who were to go back after me. They asked me, why have you taken a lot of time? And it seemed that you are not operated. I tell them that God have changed everything. By those few words, those two men, they were instantly healed.
Wow, thank you.
And they didn't even go to theater. They were sent home as they were totally recovered. So from there, I was asked to come after a month. And when I come after a month, that's where they went through the laboratory and check everything. And the report they give to me, the same doctor who gave me the first report, I was praying and I tell God, in the first report I was given, I tell God, let that mouth which spoke and tell me that I have cancer, I prayed the same mouth to say that I don't have cancer. And it took a year for that thing to happen. Now the doctor saw me, he was remembering me, he was asking me what have happened, many things have happened. Because even after he gave me the report, in this period, duration time, he go outside the nation to continue with education. Now, after that, he looked for the report. And he remembered the words I told him after he gave me he break the report to me. I tell him, okay, if that is what you have found, the God I serve, I know he'll do this. He'll turn this for the glory of his name. So doctor was remembering that. Now when I went down for that time, he looked at me. He was looking for the file. I was looking straight to his eyes, waiting to hear what you say. He said, for sure, your God have answered your prayer.
Wow, beautiful.
Yes.
What a testimony.
Powerful.
Yeah. See, your God has healed you.
My God has healed me.
Wow, that's great. That's a testimony.
Amen.
I really want to thank God. And from that time, cancer was gone. And you don't have even any symptom.
Nothing.
You are celebrating as you serve and sing to God.
Amen. Yes, Bishop.
Yeah.
I'm celebrating God because it was 2013.
Yeah.
And the devil was saying I will not sing again. So it is now about from 2013 up to now. It is 7 years. No symptom, nothing else, because he told me, the doctor, you have no any problem. Not even cancer. You don't have any other problem. You don't need anything. So you are totally healed. I give God the glory.
Wow, this is great. A wonderful viewer. This is really a testimony. Our God healed. Our God is a miracle worker. He touches, he blesses, he transforms, he changes the people's life. No matter what has been written against you, the same pen that you wrote, the same pen can write otherwise. Because God is able to do it.
Amen.
God is able to change what was written and nullify it through his power. Thank you, Reverend Levi.
Yes,
I appreciate for your coming.
Amen.
I'll give you one last minute to give parting shot, said greetings to your wife and the people watching you, and then we'll be able to call it a lap. Thank you all. Come.
Amen. Thank you, Bishop. My view, I take this time. First of all, I want to say hi to my wife, Maggie, and my children. I know you are watching. May God bless you. Also, I want to say hi to the church of the Gospel Revival Center and all the people of Mutoine. I know you are there watching. May God bless you. Continue to watch this program. It's an encouraging one, and it lift up. So may God bless everyone who is watching me in every corner of the world. I love you, and God loves you. Baraka Shalom. God bless you.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Amen.
Thank you so much, a wonderful viewer. We trust that this testimony has impacted your life. It has touched you, and I know it has blessed your life. If you feel blessed, kindly let somebody know to tune in, and may the Lord God bless you. Thank you, Stay safe, and may God protect you, and may God keep you well. Shalom. Thank you.
Humble beginnings. My story, my testimony.